So these environments, by practicing this open classroom sort of, yes, exactly, without borders, by practicing this sort of environmental, kind of resource, you can definitely make it available for not only the community, but also to have a location where students can then add resources of their own that they may happen to find that perhaps Carrie or whomever has not yet added. But this is Place Pigalle, Sacré-Cœur behind us, and this idea of this visually stimulating world is one that I'm just so very much fascinated with. Now, one of the other connections that I didn't talk about a little bit earlier that I do want to at least bring up is that there's a very cool connection between computing sciences, computer scientists, and what's going on here with librarianship as well as virtual Harlem.
There's a strong focus I have of how do you make information available globally and across borders. And, maybe Second Life isn't the final, it definitely won't be the final 3D, 3DX environment, but it is a start that I think information professionals need to be a part of, because one, we're good at organizing, we're good at training, we're good at collaborating, we're good at making the connections for people and then getting people to join in a team. To, it can't just be one library school, it can't just be one department at a university. It has to be a cross collaboration.
For me, I think this project was really helpful in helping me to define what it is a librarian should be. To see something like Second Life and to see what's happening from the educational perspective has really helped me to capture my excitement and package that in a way that I can talk to my friends and my colleagues about, what a librarian really means. It means that we are investing ourselves in collaborative technologies that help people work better. I see Second Life as really being able to do that.
For something like being at the edge of an event horizon or being inside the brain is getting students to think in an entirely different scale to what they're used to. And I think that has the incredible capability to provoke creative thought. In the exact same way as any new educational tool, it's wonderful to get excited about its usage. It's wonderful to experiment with its usage. But I think things that are heavily involved in interactive and physical and kinesthetic learning, I think, benefit incredibly from a space like this. Things in the sciences that involve experiments, things involving engineering and architecture where physical prototyping is involved. I think certain aspects of the humanities.
In getting several grants from the National Library of Medicine for the health activities we're doing. We got a library grant from ALA and FINRA to do Investing Info Island. National Science Foundation has funded a number of projects in virtual worlds. A lot of it will depend on what subject area you're trying to get funding in. And I don't know about the National Department of Education, if they're funding in this area or not. So you might want to do a search and see what agencies are funding things in virtual worlds. National Library of Medicine is funding a lot. There's a lot of science activity funding going on. In some library funding, there are things going on.
Thanks again, Spiff.
You're welcome, and thanks for everyone here. And feel free to friend me or drop me a line. I'm always willing to answer questions the best I can. And feel free to join our group.
I'm going to be going over tools that I've created, explaining how each one works and what benefits you can derive from using them. Today I'm going to go over the Survey Guru and the Netlink, as well as the Archipelago board. You're probably wondering what a holo emitter is. Well, it's essentially a presentation board that shows your textures, but it actually projects them onto a plane of particles. So the image that you're seeing right there at the moment is not real. It's real enough, but it's not physically in world. What you're seeing is actually an image that's projected onto a light field. you would actually wear the holo emitter.
A lot of people like to change, and as you can see, I like to actually make hybrid avatars, since half of me is a drow elf and the other half of me is a centaur. So it's I find it just very interesting to put together a bunch of different kinds of things. Visitor behavior patterns. I mean, aside from freezing the ice and falling through it, yeah, they tend to. At sundial, the first thing they tend to do when they get down there is to fly to the middle of it and get up there and circle and hover, even though it's really a sim that's best seen by walking around or riding around. So that tends to be they try to take in the scope of it. The same at alchemy also, they tend to fly out to the middle and look around. Anyway, if you all would like to come visit, the sim's open all the time.
This is a large topic, and I've tried to organize it in several ways. One of the most exciting things about virtual worlds is the ability to model natural history, ecosystems, and history. I'm going to show you a few things from what I've explored and how they manage to interpret natural history.